Anyway, let's move on to the next event. Okay, so you guys know what happened with Fight Pass, but let's talk about UFC 178, which is right around the corner. That is going to be happening next week, and it's being headlined by Demetrious Johnson.
And this was supposed to be the card with John Jones, right?
It originally was supposed to be the card with John Jones and Alexander Gustafsson, but then it changed, and then it changed again, and then it changed again.
Right, it was supposed to be Cormier, and then supposedly everyone wants to blame Overeem for hurting John Jones, and John Jones is down. All that shit's got pushed back to what? It's Super Bowl weekend, isn't it?
Right, it's Super Bowl weekend, and it is. I know Dana White and the UFC as a whole is just so frustrated with this kind of shit because this card was just turned into a shitstorm. But I will give the UFC a lot of credit. They have managed to resalvage this shit. Yeah. They have totally redeemed themselves.
Like the phoenix rising from the ashes.
Right.
God, that was some cheese dick shit, huh?
Cheese. It was. Yeah. But anyway, back to back.
Cheese dick comments. Anyway,
let's talk about this card now. George and I, the biggest thing we noticed right off the bat was the prelim card, which is on Fox
with names.
Yes,
that doesn't mean they're going to show up and perform.
Right,
they're just stacked with names.
Yes,
and we've noticed that Dana's got into the habit of doing what he's done, and you'll see it. It's going to be a trending pattern, I think, which makes sense. Great business decision.
It is, and he, you know, it's on Fox Sports 1. It's free. You'll be able to see it. And what he does is he's fishing everybody, and he has these big names and these guys who are proven fighters that put on shows at the end of that preliminary card. And everybody's like, "Damn, that was nice. Damn, that was nice." And then they're sitting there thinking,
and going, "Wow, if the undercard was that good, what's the They're like looking in the room because they know that's where the UFC's at. But the problem is, Tyrone's standing at the door talking about, "Yo, shorty, you need to give me $65." And you're going,
"Yesterday."
Yeah, and then you look around the room and you hope someone else can all chip in because you know it's going to be your motherfucking cable bill and these assholes. If you don't get the money now, you're up a creek. Or if you're like me, you come to this motherfucking house, don't pay nothing, fall asleep on the couch, wake up, watch the reviews, and then come here and talk again.
With slop. Kevin, what? Who knocked who out?
I'm not even kidding. The last time I was
with
here,
Doritos shit around your mouth and shit.
Hey, my girl watches this shit.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. It's okay. Anyway,
that kid gotta have some secrets.
But yeah, so we'll be next weekend. We will be watching this fight. I will be paying for it, and George will be sleeping on my fucking couch. But
and then waking up to talk shit.
Now, the preliminary card has some pretty big names. It has John Howard, welterweight John Howard. It has the welterweight Patrick Côté. It has the lightweight Jorge Masvidal, and then it has bantamweight Dominick Cruz.
Dominick, the water bug Cruz. Because you know he's gonna be in there doing that capoeira shit. So you know, first off, you know that motherfucker's going 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So you know you could probably go order your pizza, get your food, get something to drink or eat, because he ain't gonna knock shit out, and you got 15 minutes. So that's where you get your shit together, collect all your money from your boys, and get the card.
That's right.
Just saying. Yes, and I'm not getting paid to say that, but I have a feeling I would let Kevin pay $65 so I could watch Donald Cerrone knock someone out.
Wow. And you know what's fucked up? Kevin will do it. Because that's the kind of sucker I am.
Tax write-off.
Yeah, right. Tax write-off. So, you see all this thing, and now we're looking at an athlete, Dominick Cruz, who was a former champion, and this is his first fight back.
Yes.
So, this is a good thing to be seeing free on Fox Sports 1. And it is going to be the perfect bait to get a lot of people to buy UFC 178, in my opinion. Now,
do you follow Fuck Jerry on Instagram?
Who?
Fuck Jerry.
Fuck Jerry?
On Instagram.
No, I'm going to, though, after this.
You people? And by you people, Jerry. I mean, like, I'm not, look, I don't know the dude.
What do you mean, you people?
You people.
Oh.
If you have an Instagram account, you need to follow Fuck Jerry, one word. If you don't have an Instagram account, you need to get one to follow Fuck Jerry. There's a video of a little kid tying his shoes. That is hilarious.
I never started following. That is funny. He's so mad.
Little kid's trying to tie his shoes. And this dude's videotaping him, goes, "What's the matter? Can't tie your shoes? I can't tie your shoes. I can't tie my shoes, but I can fuck your bitch."
And you can just see it. And he says
he's so aggravated.
He's so aggravated because you know these motherfuckers are punishing him all the time, just talking about how this motherfucker, because he's probably 11 and he can't tie his fucking shoes because he's struggling. And these Bamas are constantly calling him out. And you know he's in his mind. He's like, one of these motherfuckers say something about me not being able to tie my shoe, I'm gonna lay into him. He did it with the quickness.
And then there's another one of this little Chinese kid, Asian kid, going like this, and they took the song and sung, "Yes, bitch, yes." Hilarious. But anyway,
you'll like it.
Yes.
First fight,
another fighter who's been on the shelf and come back, and was in line for a title shot nonetheless.
And we're talking about Kat Zingano, a woman's bantamweight, who she was on the supposed to fight Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, her and Miesha Tate had a war, and that got her the chance to fight Ronda Rousey. But then her ACL fucking tapped out, so she blew out her knee. She's on rehab now. She's back.
And she was separated from her ex-husband, or either divorced, and he was killed, or he passed away. So I mean, she's
anyway. So she basically needs to win this fight convincingly to put herself back in the good graces and show people why she was the next in line.
Well,
I don't.
What? No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying, and then she's fighting Amanda Nunes, who's not a pushover. I mean,
right.
So
that's what I'm saying. She can't. This can't go to a decision.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yes.
For Kat Zingano to get back in the good graces of Dana White. Yeah, her. Me and my fat tongue. She needs to win this convincingly.
Yes,
like a dominating 3-round performance or knockout TKO. Period. If this is a draw, split decision, you bye.
George, I'm not going to lie to you, but I'm really excited to see Kat Zingano get back into the octagon. That was the white version of it. The new version's back right now. Next fight, bitches. Middleweight.
This is a shit-talking motherfucker.
Tim Kennedy
is hardcore. If you are on PEDs or you're Bisbing, this motherfucker has more than a mouthful for you.
Right. He just does not like this shit.
Oh my god. But the thing is, I'm just like, can you bring up his thing? I want to see what he's done in his last couple
Tim Kennedy. Let's go see what Tim Kennedy's done. Bam. He is
I just want to know what he's done in his last. I think he knocked. Didn't he beat?
He's on a 4-fight win streak.
Right. So he beat Bisbing. There we go. He knocked out the other dude.
He Rafael Natal.
Yeah. I just.
And then he beat Roger Gracie, which we all know. And let me tell you something. The Roger Gracie fight, he was struggling at first. He was struggling, and then he beat Trevor Smith, who I don't even know who the fuck that is. But the bottom line is that he is going to be going up against Yoel Romero. You like that? You like the way I roll my tongue like I do? I mean, not in a fucked up, like.
Yeah, so I'm going for Tim Kennedy. What Kevin's getting at is I'm picking Tim Kennedy to win.
I am too.
I don't know. Now, next fight.
Featherweight fight.
Conor McGregor, who we've been told time and time again we do not give enough credit to, we do not cover. Like, look, his last fight was on Fight Pass. Yeah. If it's on Fight Pass, we're not going to watch it. So I'm hoping, maybe I could see something all about fights will help out, or that's a great way of seeing things that I need to see.
Yeah. And you know what? George and I we're gonna say we fucked this one up, and we haven't. But sometimes some fighters it slips past us. So what? Who gives a shit? Conor McGregor is on a fucking roll. He's nasty, and we missed that. He hasn't lost since 2011, and he's beat some decent fucking fighters.
With the exception of Donald Cerrone, I'm really looking forward to him fighting. Like, I'm not. Look, we're not knocking him. It was just hard for us to see him through our current predicament with things. Now, Dustin Poirier is not a pushover. He's going to have his hands full here. I think this is going to be an awesome test. Poirier is going to look to finish the fight. Conor McGregor is going to look to finish the fight. I don't have this fight getting out of the second round. I think it's going to end in the second round, and I think McGregor's going to end it.
I think it is. I think too. I think that McGregor's going to finish him off before the end of the second round. Dustin Poirier, he's on a 3-fight win streak. He beat one of the same opponents that McGregor beat as of late, and that was Diego Brandao. But
that's a tough little son of a bitch.
And they both knocked him out. So I mean, I gotta go. You know what? You guys brought it to mine and George's attention, then we're gonna go with Conor McGregor. I'm gonna shut the fuck up. How about that?
Now, since this cat has come out and said, and we've said it again, and you can go back. Since this dude has come out and said, "I'm hungry."
How did he say it? Did he say it with an O or U?
I'm hungry.
With an O. He did say it with an O.
Hungry.
Hungry, yeah. That means
because he's been fighting like he's hungry, and he wants them. He needs to somehow. You need to get bonus into his nickname because that's all that dude's fighting for.
Right.
Now, who he's fighting?
Eddie Alvarez,
who just got cut and now got picked up.
Yep.
Now, to me, that was a smart business decision. Larry Coker gets not Larry Coker. What's his name? Scott Coker.
Scott Coker.
Scott Coker. Larry Coker was the coach of Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah.
Jesus. Scott Coker gets picked, comes into Bellator to basically save it. What's the first thing he does? He cuts Eddie Alvarez. He's like, we're not going to do this. This is childish.
Right.
Because when he had when he was in Strikeforce, they had a good relationship with the UFC because Coker understood what his thing is. So, in other words, for Bellator or any of these other fledgling things to come back, you're going to have to try to make a spectacle of your thing, i.e. getting Bonner to fight Tito Ortiz with a wrestling promo. Awesome idea because you're trying to suck people in.
Right.
But don't stifle your young fighters. If they want to go to the UFC, go. Because you know what? If they fail, where they're going to come back? To you. But if you fuck them in court, like Bellator tried to dig with Alvarez's contract and hold him up, you're hurting him and you're hurting you because no one's going to want to come fight for you.
Exactly.
Let him go. He wants to fight in UFC, fine. Put in the next guy. You're a feeder system, and you're not going to be anything else. To come in and try to think you're going to knock the UFC off the mountain right now,
forget about it.
You don't have the firepower. You don't have the funding. So take what you can, know your role, stay in your lane, and you could still prosper. You're not going to be driving a Ferrari at the end of the week, but there's still a place for you, and that's what Coker's providing Bellator. Now,
can I get an amen?
Yes, though.
There you go. So, who you got?
I'm going with Cerrone. As good as Eddie Alvarez is, I don't think he has not fought anyone of the Cowboys' talent level in a long time.
He hasn't. And you know what? With the Cowboy...
Could you bring up his record real quick so we can just double check that before somebody
fucking shits on us. Yeah, he's 3 fight. You nailed it.
Yeah, thank you.
You nailed it. But he has. I mean, he split with Michael Chandler. He had a KO of Patrick Freire, and then he had Aoki, not to be mistaken with the famous DJ Steve Aoki, who cuts some badass tracks.
Yeah, but do you see what DJs do?
What?
Play.
Because you know why? Because they're sitting like this on their fucking computer making those tracks for hours.
And then next track. They don't spin shit. They don't cut shit live. That's not really what
they do. They do fucking go like this and open up and get that $50,000 check.
Now who you telling?
Well,
I'm in the wrong business.
Yeah, you and me both. Now, like my man George alluded to earlier, I think the Cowboy is he came back and he was on this mission because he needed money, and now
the boy likes his toys.
He likes his toys. He likes to live large, and now he's like, oh shit, I've rattled off 4 wins straight, and they've been impressive wins. Now I'm back in the game. I'm literally in the fight game. I'm moving back up.
He's in the hunt.
He's in the hunt again in this lightweight class. So I think he is definitely going to take this fight super serious, and he might be real methodical about how he fights him just to get the win, so he can keep moving up in the rankings.
He's got to stay away from Eddie Alvarez's takedowns.
Yeah,
he can't. I'm not saying Cerrone can't handle himself on the ground. I think you need to keep this standing and hit him with some power and end it.
Yeah,
that's what I'm doing if I'm the Cowboy.
Yeah,
now we've seen Cowboy in these high. I don't want to say pressure, but in these hyped up, these more big name fighters. I mean, he came out and shot his wad and blew it. What was it versus one of the Diaz brothers?
Yeah,
and then he got destroyed the rest of the fight because he had they talk about that adrenaline dump, and they just went boom.
Yeah.
So I hope he doesn't do that. I hope he does what you say. Come out a little more controlled, a little more adult-like, and just picks Eddie apart.
Yeah.
I don't have anything against Eddie Alvarez. I just think when you've fought no one for so long, I don't know if you can flip that switch. Yeah. I don't know. Like I've said on this show time and time again, there's difference between practice speed and game speed.
Yeah.
Well, there's
huge difference when you're fucking getting hit full, you know.
Right. So there's a huge difference when you're fighting guys in Bellator and you're fighting guys in the UFC. There's a monumental difference. Speed, power, fast twitch, everything's just different.
Yeah.
But anyway.
With that, George and I both have the Cowboy. We're moving on to the Flyweight, and this is a championship fight between...
I love that we still say that.
Demetrious Johnson, Mighty Mouse Johnson, and he's going up against Chris Cariaso. I don't know, because I don't know him. Do you know him? Honestly.
Does he have a Wikipedia page?
He does.
Oh, then I know him.
Cariaso. I was just fucking with you guys. He's actually, his record, he's had 17 wins and 5 losses, and he's on a 3-fight win streak. But to be honest with you guys, the guys he's beaten, and this is not taking anything away from this challenger, are not big name guys. And when you're going up against...
It's not a big name class.
No, it's not
go
a big
ahead. Demetrious Demetrious Johnson, name somebody else in the class without looking it up.
Why you put me on the spot, man?
Well, I'm saying, go ahead and click on Demetrious Johnson's name, because he's fought everyone in the class.
He's fought
everyone. This will give you an idea of who's in it. But, I mean, seriously. Yeah. Look, it's hard for Kevin and I to cover. I mean, Joseph Benavidez.
Yeah.
And Mayorga. Besides that, and then Dustin.
And then Ali back.
He's fought the creme de la creme. But if you held a gun to my head and say, name someone else in the flyweight class, I'd be like,
Flyweight.
I think it would be awesome. Take one of these fight night cards. Okay? This is just me. Take a weight class and just make it all about that weight class for one night.
Right.
Show us these other people. Show us the depth of your roster so we as fans can see these other guys.
That's what the Ultimate Fighter's for. Just saying. Because you don't watch it. That's why you're looking at me like a bastard.
Those motherfuckers aren't on the UFC. I'm talking about the UFC has a depth chart.
Right.
Those motherfuckers are trying to get on the UFC. Those motherfuckers over here are trying to get here.
Those motherfuckers are trying to get on the... I mean, come on, man. Did you get a hot dog? I mean, what's up with you, man? I mean, come on. Don't ever say anything about James Winston anymore.
That motherfucker's from Alabama. You can't help it.
And you're from Maryland, nigga. You trying to fucking ride side by side with him, man. He's like your ride or die bitch when it comes to speaking English. Good God. Anyway, I'm a fucking...
Anyway, I think it would be awesome if they would take the Flyweights or the lightweights or the featherweights or the middleweight. Take one of your weight classes, take one of these Fight Pass cards, and dump the whole entire weight class in there, and show me some of these other people, so I can, when I'm looking at the shit like this, I'm like, Chris Carey,
Yeah, Cariaso. I mean, he, you know, obviously he's got a title shot, and you know what? We saw this happen with
Weidman.
No. Well, I think Weidman was people knew his ability and everything, but I don't think people saw Dillashaw, him and Barral.
Yeah, Barral got his dick handed to him.
And I think, you know, but I think Demetrious Johnson is just so thorough. And at this point in time, I think he's one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world. He just gets the job done, you know? I got Mighty Mouse Johnson.
Mighty Mice?
Mighty Mouse.
Is that like his household?
Mighty Mouse.
Mighty Mice.
Now, let's get off. Who do you have?
Oh, TJ, come on.